Hello, my friends. Len Mooney here, the creator of the Healthy, Wealthy, and Active Aging Society and the Ultimate Vision Workshop. I'm coming to you today from my home overlooking the beautiful Pacific Ocean here in Baja California. Today, I'd like to talk with you about some of the characteristics of success and what that might mean for you. You know, most people think of success in terms of money, possessions, such as a big house or a fancy new car or a boat. And in my case, years ago, I used to think of bigger airplanes when I was a pilot. Well, I'm still a pilot, but is that really success? You know, there are many people in the world who have achieved financial success, but they're pretty miserable. They have houses and cars and country clubs, but they've lost their family, they've lost their health. They worked hard for years to achieve the financial success at the risk of losing everything else. They have material possessions, but they've lost their health or their family or both. To me, that's not success. There's also many people in the world that are the opposite. They're very poor, but they're very happy. They have close families, community ties, and dignity. You know what makes the difference? To me, success is living the life you want to live with no regrets, except perhaps that it didn't last long enough. It never does, really, does it? But if you leave your success to random chance, you're going to always be mediocre. So what does it take to find and feel successful? Let's look at some of the characteristics of high performers, people who seem to be achieving at a consistent high level of success in many areas of life. First thing, high performers deeply care about the difference they are making in the lives of others. This is a characteristic that surfaces time and time again. Contribution is more important than financial reward. It's also interesting to note that in survey after survey, high performers work out more. The top 5% of high performers are 40% more likely to work out 3 or more times a week. They are healthy, they are fit, they are vibrant, they take care of their body, mind, and spirit. High performers are also not necessarily in it for the traditional rewards. Like I said, money's important, sure. They care about financial rewards and trophies, but not to the extent you might imagine. High performers ask, how can I be of service to you? They're not asking, what's in it for me? They're asking, what can I contribute to you? They work toward developing people, not just skills. Now, don't get me wrong, skills are important, but people are the backbone of any business, organization, or endeavor. High performance is not a natural strength. You're not born with it. It's a result of specific habits. You know, when you knock on the door of opportunity, it's frequently said, don't be surprised if work answers. Real success comes from doing what's right and necessary, not from doing what's easy or convenient. It comes from trading in comfort and convenience for greater purpose and challenge. It's also not necessarily about being happy or not happy with what you already have. It's possible to be wildly happy with what you have and still desire to achieve at a higher level and contribute to a higher level. But Jim Rohn taught us motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. So that led Brendon Burchard to write the book, High Performance Habits, of which he lists 6 habits that all high performers seem to have. Now, I'm not intending to review Brendon's book here, but suffice it to say, there's great value there. Brendon has spent the last 10 years of his life researching, studying, and characterizing what creates consistent high performance and has identified 6 habits that are characteristic. The first one is clarity, which is really what I want to focus on here today. Clarity, or as I call it, vision, is essential to success, and sadly, very few people really have a clear vision of where they are going in life. You know, this may seem like a strange analogy, but a power plant doesn't generate power. It converts power from one form to another. And you, as a human being, you don't generate reality. You convert reality from one form to another. And you get to choose. That's the best part. You get to choose your reality. We live in a universe, and I'm spelling that word Y-O-U-niverse. Universe. And you get to create your Y-O universe with your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and your beliefs. So, my friend, create wisely. Let's start with your vision, your self-awareness. You gotta know what your core values are, what your strengths are, and what your weaknesses are. And perhaps, most importantly, where do you want to go with your life? What's the end game? Once you have this vision of where you want to go, then you need a specific plan for how to get there, and it's essential. So, do you know who you are? Can you see with clarity the destination? Are you clear about your values, your strengths, your weaknesses? Do you have a clear vision of your future, or is it a haphazard hum, we'll see what happens tomorrow? Because that's what most people have. You know, you ask them where they're going or how they're doing, and they say, oh, same old, same old. What does that mean? Same old, same old? Most people are on a collision course with reality, and it ain't pretty. 95% of our population gets to the mid-60s with no sense of financial security or success in their life. Like a ship floating aimlessly at sea with no rudder or sails, the majority of people land on a reef somewhere. And it ain't pretty. But you got to follow a different path from the herd. If you follow the same path everyone else is on, you're going to get the same results everyone else gets. If you're following the herd, 95% of the herd goes off a cliff in the mid-60s. Following a different path requires nonconformity and boldness. Successful people do not accept conformity or mediocrity. They plunge boldly ahead where no other men and women will go. They're not afraid to plunge into the unknown, to take risk, to make mistakes, to fall down and dust themselves off and get up again. Dean Graziosi advises us to think through what makes your heart smile and write it down. To make a change in any area of your life, start with a first step. And that first step is have that vision, that clarity, and a plan of action, and to write it down. Now, I mentioned writing it down because what a lot of people think is, well, I know what it is, it's up there. But the reality is, study after study has shown that you're 40% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. So write them down. Confidence builds and doubt dies when your heart is aligned with your actions. And as a final step today, remember to smile and be happy. Exude positive energy. Positive people make a bigger impact. They touch more lives and they move more people than negative whiners or complainers. So don't be one of those. Always look for the diamond in the rough. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you deal with it. So operate with the philosophy that life happens to you, life happens for you, not to you. And every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, to develop new skills, and to grow. And again, smile. Success and high achievement demand you put on a happy face, even in the face of adversity. A final thought from Marie Forleo. Everything is figure-outable. So smile. It tricks your brain into thinking you must be happy, and then go for it. With gusto, you deserve it. Success is within your reach, but you have to believe in it. You have to plan for it. And finally, you have to work to achieve it. That's all for today, my friends. Now go check out lenmooney.com for lots more tips, tricks, and great training. And don't forget to be happy. The happier you are, the more happy the universe can bring you. And remember, be compassion. The world needs a whole lot more of that. Bye for now.